Aaron Whitlow.
I didn't do it. Brandon Spivey. Something just popped up on my screen. I was like, I didn't do it.
What did it do? What was it?
It was like a flash.
Oh, it was this.
I
That's what it
can't do it
was.
again.
Oh, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But we're here
We are we are
to
here.
discuss the movie that unfortunately I chose. Unfortunately, I chose. Well,
Unfortunately.
but we didn't know. We thought all the elements was right.
Yep, all the elements.
All the elements. So, Brandon, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Adam Sandler's new sci-fi adventure film, Spaceman. You know, with the
Was it?
title called Spaceman, you should know what you're getting into. I mean, it's such a generic title, right?
Yeah.
Or wrong.
So it's
I
based off
mean,
of a book, a novel, I believe.
I'm not reading
But
it.
I never
I'm
read it.
not.
Yeah, Brandon said I'm not reading it. Uh,
I'm not.
so half a year into a solo mission on the edge of a solar system, an astronaut concerned with the state of his life back on Earth is helped by an ancient creature he discovers in the bowels of his ship. This movie stars the very, very talented Adam Sandler. I say that because he was he was Adam. Adam kept me there. That's all I
I
can
can't.
say. Adam kept me there.
I can't say the same. I wish I could because I'm such a mark for Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler doing dramatic roles. But this is not one I enjoyed. This is not one performance I enjoyed. I didn't even like the Spider Man. I
No.
mean,
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, all right, Adam Sandler, Carey Mulligan, who is having a huge year with Maestro, I think. She was, I don't know if she was nominated, but she was like, she had some buzz for that film. Paul Dano, who's been having a heck of a year. He does the voice of Hannah. Um, uh, I like him. I liked him in the Spielberg biopic
yeah.
as the dad. They actually worked together in that movie. Weren't they in? No, that's not her. She wasn't in that movie. It's somebody else. Um, and then Cunyo Nayar, Peter. I know him from The Big Bang Theory. But
He looked
yeah,
familiar.
yeah, he's from The Big Bang Theory. Nobody else is literally worth. Nothing else is worth mentioning. This movie. To go back to what you said, Brandon. I agree. I was the spider at first when the spider came popped up, I was like, "Oh, is this gonna be like a buddy type of thing where him and a giant spider's on the spaceship, and they're gonna, like you said, gonna explore?" Because at the beginning, you see him like walking, exploring like this world or whatever. You're like, "Oh, is this what this was gonna be? It's gonna be kind of cool," you know?
Yeah.
No, no,
No.
no, no. It's none of that.
None. None of it. Oh, you know,
uh, Go ahead, buddy.
I just the most interesting thing was the wife leaving him while she's pregnant. To me, it was the most interesting thing, and I was like, "Why is this a thing? Why are we? Why is this part of the narrative? Why is this? He's up in space. Shouldn't we be doing space things? Shouldn't we be getting in some mischief up in space? But no, he's worried about talking to his wife, who's
Yeah.
leaving him. It's like I'm like, I haven't talked to her today. I didn't talk to her yesterday. What's going on? Can you get a hold of her, please? I was like, oh, and that's when I was very concerned. It's like, oh, he's more
So
concerned
what?
about the wife than he is about whatever he's supposed to be doing on this mission. Then the spider thing happened, and I'm like, it was cool at first because he was having a dream about the spider, and it was in his, his face, his eyebrows. It just that was kind of cool. I was like, oh, maybe this
Yeah,
is gonna be like a sci-fi horror aspect to it, and that was the only aspect that was like that. But I just thought maybe this is gonna be like man versus spider in space, kind of like Sigourney Weaver against the alien. But I really didn't know
yeah,
what he was supposed to be watching the trailer either. I just saw Sandler is a spaceman, so that's new,
yeah.
But
I would say the same thing as far as like I didn't watch the trailer, so I didn't watch the trailer. Like Brandon said, we're trying to go uh hashtag no trailers. For some things is unavoidable. But uh, we tried to go. I went no trailer for this, so I didn't know. I think Spaceman, so Adam Sandler, and I thought immediately. I'm thinking QB Halloween. It was a fun time. I was thinking like Adam Sandler in space. I was like, it'd be kind of cool. Just like, now, I'm not trying to put the man in a box either. I'm not trying to put him in a box. He's a he's a really good actor. He can play different characters. I liked him in Hustle. It's a more you know beaten down type of character in that movie. I still haven't seen Uncut Gems, um, but
that's the
I,
one you
I
should
felt
see.
yeah I felt for the most part though I thought Adam was like I was like, oh, it's gonna be a space movie with Adam Sandler. Uh, and then when I seen they was going a little serious, I was like, well, I'm okay. I'm okay with them going serious as long as it's the sci-fi thing that I was thinking it was gonna be. But it wasn't. It was more like I guess it's more people liked it because some people liked it because it's more in their head. Like was it in his head? Is he believed it? Like I just I was not interested at all during the movie. I wasn't interested at all during the movie.
Yeah, I wasn't either, honestly. I kind of thought he was, imagining the spider.
Hmm.
Like, but then they do it like a flashback scene when he's younger, which looks nothing like Adam Sandler. But be as it may, the spiders. He's got a spider friend, and I was like, what is the significance here with this spider? Why is the spider so important to him? And why are we focusing so much on the wife not talking to him? Why? It was just like the trailer. I thought he got stranded on some I don't know, from the trailer.
Out like a
Yeah, he was.
planet or something.
Yeah, he was out of the spaceship and he found something. And it's like, oh, that's cool. At least that's what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I dreamt it.
No,
You know?
you said to me yesterday while I was texting you about it. You said uh, something like I think it's gonna get interesting
Once it gets
whenever
stranded,
once he gets stranded.
he
And
never gets stranded.
I was already deep in the movie thinking, no.
I was like, what happened to that part of the trailer where he looked like he was stranded on some planet and he found something? And it didn't look like it was in a spaceship. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I dreamt it. It's what I wanted. I don't know, but it's not what I got. He's just stuck on this spaceship. He's lonely and he wants to talk to his wife.
But instead, he settles for a giant spider
Yeah,
that loves Nutella, of all things. That's when I thought it was going to be silly because the spider eats Nutella. I'm like, well, what is this? Is this going to be like an ET type of thing? Like, what is happening? That's what I was thinking. It's literally the thoughts that was going through my brain. And and when it wasn't that, I was like, I was like, I literally like clicked my remote to see how much time I had left, and it said 45 minutes, and I was like, I grimaced. I was like, ah. That was my real response.
yeah. I mean, I checked several times it took me a long time to get through this movie. And you know what? Here's the funny part. Once I got through it, I knew we were going to review it today. I was like, what did I just watch? How did this movie end? I completely forgot the ending as soon as it was over. I really had to think, oh, yeah, it was about the kiss. The kiss. His wife. He wanted the kiss. And I'm like, God, this movie sucks so bad.
There's the Brandon. There's the Brandon I'm looking for. Unleash the Brandon. Unleash the Hollywood. Go ahead. Tell me what you think.
I hate it because I love Sandman. I'm a massive Sandler fan, but this movie was to me it was trash. It was complete trash. We got a comment?
Oh, for those wondering, no, I just thought about it, man. People probably like, what are you talking about? Spaceman. It's Spaceman movie review. The new Netflix film from Adam Sandler, or starring Adam Sandler. It's not a Happy Madison film, so I hope Adam gives us something else this year to redeem himself. This isn't it, man. This isn't it.
And I looked at
Netflix is striking out, like with Plane to me, or whatever that stupid Kevin Hart movie I forgot that I watched, and this movie.
That Netflix was better, though.
Yeah, it was
more enjoyable, and
it was more enjoyable. I agree with you,
and that's saying something.
Who would have thought you would have said that, right?
I never would have thought I would say Kevin Hart was a better actor than Adam Sandler ever. Honestly, I don't think he is, but his movie was better.
Would that be? Do you feel like Adam phoned it in at all, or do you feel like his heart wasn't in the role, or he didn't understand?
No, I think
assignment.
I think it was the screenplay. Honestly, I think it was just a very bad screenplay. And now I will give it one props when the spider's out of the shuttle spaceship and Adam follows it. I thought visually that was beautiful, honestly. But that is the only pro I got for this movie. I think everything else was complete a bore fest. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you liked it, anybody that's watching this, if you liked it, man, that's great. More power to you. I just, for me personally, I just couldn't get into it. I wanted to get into it. I thought it was going to pick up for me, but it just never picked up.
Yeah.
I was bored for hour and 48 minutes. And that's what I said in my review. This movie was an hour and 48 minutes, and it felt like an eternity for me.
Oh, was it just an hour and 48? It felt longer.
Yeah. It was an hour and 48 minutes.
Yeah, it like literally, I don't know, man. There's nothing really great. I would say this: the best this year, the best space movie I've seen is going to be ISS. Honestly, because that movie had like, you don't know who to trust, you don't know what's happening. It kept me interested. Now, whether or not I like the ending or whatever, it kept me interested. This movie lost my interest. Like at first, I was like when he was dreaming and stuff like that. When I thought he wasn't dreaming in the spider in the eye and all that, and then like you said, I thought, I was thinking, is it like Alien? Like, is it almost like an Alien type of film?
Yeah.
And I'd be kind of cool to see Adam Sandler do a horror. Like, it'd be kind of cool seeing him do like a horror, even if it's a dark horror or a dark comedy or something. But it wasn't none of that. And I was like, man, and that's what was my problem. That's my problem, that it wasn't any of that. And
no, it was basically just about a guy that's on this long mission in space that's very lonely. And whether he imagines this spider or not, he's consumed with talking to his wife who is leaving him. And they don't want the people I guess they're in Houston. I mean, I don't know what year this is supposed to be.
I think they're in, honestly, bro, I think they're in Russia.
Russia.
So really? I feel like the thing is called Czech Connect, like Czech Republic or something like that.
Yeah. So is he supposed to be a Russian?
Yeah, and then and then uh his name is like it's kind of a Russian type of name. You know what I mean? Like
Well, he didn't
that's
sound
what's so
Russian.
confusing. Jacob, and then like Linka, Hannes. You know, names like that. Like it gives me Rush like
Yeah,
somewhere like.
yeah,
But
I wasn't.
Adam Sandler is not Russian. He doesn't play
No,
Russian.
yeah, he didn't sound Russian at all. He didn't even sound like he had an accent. Like he just sounded like Adam Sandler. So I just thought he was playing Adam Sandler as a spaceman. So yeah, I guess I would if he's supposed to be a Russian. Yeah, I want to say he did phone it in. That he didn't care. That he was obligated to do a movie for Netflix, and this is what it was. If that's the case, I mean, that's what I'm assuming. If it's a Russian spaceship that's in Russia,
Would you feel like? Do you feel like it is like with the
yeah,
clues
I
that
didn't
I
feel like it
got?
was from. I didn't feel like it was American. I mean, nothing about that surrounding the people he was talking to felt. I mean, they weren't American. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's why it was bizarre to me because Adam's American. He's talking like an American. His wife seemed to be American. I mean, but then again, I forgot so much. So, like literally,
yeah.
I forgot majority of this movie after it was over. And that doesn't happen very often for me.
Oh, it
Like,
happens. Like it's only been a couple of movies that I've watched, and literally not too long after watching it this year, I literally was like, I forgot I even watched it. This, Madam Web, I feel like I totally forgot that happened. Um, there's been a couple of them, but some things have stuck with me. But yeah, not this. This isn't one of them.
yeah.
But unfortunately for Adam, I agree. He might have phoned it in. It's not. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer for this film. Um, we can go ahead and give our marks because this it
Well, what do
ain't.
you? Well, I got one question though, because I watching this movie, I did not know what the purpose of this movie was, other than he's a lonely guy
That's what
who's
I was gonna
really
say real quick. Before you say that, real quick, this is what I was gonna say. I try to remember what I was gonna say. Like you said, this movie successfully pushed me away from ever reading the source material.
yeah. I would have no desire to read this source material if it's like this. I mean, I just didn't understand what the point of the movie was, other than he's very lonely. He needs somebody to talk to, but he's in space. I'm supposed to be on some mission. I mean,
Gather Space Park was Space Fest, I think. I only
yeah,
learned that because I watched reviews on this afterwards. That's the only reason
it,
why I know that.
it's like the movie had nothing to do. It didn't really show what he was doing, what the mission really was about, and it was just about him missing his wife
Yeah.
and coming across the spider that apparently he knew as a kid that's somehow in space with him. And I was thinking, is this real? And I was like, is this real? Because, and then the ending of it with the spider is like, I don't know. It reminded me of a really bad version of Yondu dying. Sorry, I
Yes.
spoiled it. The spider dies. I'm sorry.
Danny spoils everything,
I
but that's
haven't
okay.
spoiled anything in a while, so I was due one.
Yeah, you are.
But
Now,
hey,
what was the question that you had for me, though? I'm sorry.
did you understand the point of this movie?
Absolutely not. He had to collect space dust, and South Korea was behind him. He was rescued by South Korea because he. All right, for those that don't want to see this film, spoilers. He goes. He follows the spider out of the spacecraft, hugs the spider until the spider dies, floats in space until South Korea finds him in a space shuttle, and he's in South Korea space shuttle, and he calls his wife, and she really still don't really want to talk to him, but they are sorry. for the action. Uh,
I was kind of
that's some.
wondering because she's pregnant, and I was
Oh
kind of
yeah.
wondering if the baby was his because he's been gone for a long time.
Well, I assume
I
it
actually
is.
was. I was wondering that. I was like, is the baby actually his? Why are you leaving this guy? You're pregnant. I mean,
I guess because he leaves her all the time to go to space, or I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know. He's a
yeah. I'm
spaceman.
good. We've given our scores. I'm good. That's yeah.
So, real quick, what would have made this movie better and more palatable for me, in my opinion? Honestly, I'll be honest with you, is if they would have cast Nicolas Cage as the spaceman. It would have been a lot more interesting. He would have had fun with the role. He would have made it interesting. Nicolas Cage's project, it would have been like it would have actually got a higher score than the one I'm about to give it, which is I give it one mark out of five. It was not enjoyable. It's not memorable. It's probably the worst film I've seen this year so far. And I've seen the Kevin Hart plane movie. So
Also, Night Swim. You've seen Night Swim
and
and
that's
Madame
him.
Web.
And Madam Web. And Argyle. I finally seen Argyle. I hadn't put it up there yet, but yeah,
Was that bad or good?
it could have been better. I'm there for Sam. Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell keeps you there.
Yeah, that's disappointing because it's a Guy Ritchie film, right?
Yeah,
But it's also it looked from the trailers I saw it looked like it was like that one movie with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
yeah. That's exactly my thoughts as I was watching it. It's like I've seen this. It's like a year
That
ago.
makes twice Cena's done something that's similar to that movie because his other movie that's on Hulu is pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much copied that Channing Tatum Sandra Bullock movie completely. It made me appreciate that movie more because I didn't like it all that much when I first saw it, but now I'm seeing people copy it. So I appreciate it a little bit more. But yeah, you gave it a 1. I'm gonna go a little higher, not much. I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 5.
Mm.
It wasn't a good movie. It wasn't entertaining. It was pretty bad in all aspects. But
What
visually,
gives you that? The visuals? Is that what gives you that?
yeah, it gives me an extra 0.5. Because I do believe the director has some talent. I just believe, I think it's a she, chose the wrong project. And Sandler definitely chose the wrong project.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I can agree with that assessment because the director of this, I think, directed a few episodes of the HBO series mini show, like short run series called Chernobyl, which was an excellent show. Excellent from beginning to end. I recommend you watch it on Max. But yeah, it was. I think the issue with this was the script,
Yeah.
and I would say casting. I like Adam, but I don't think Adam was right for the role.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
But
So,
what we got next, Danny?
as it stands right now, we got Dune 2.
Unless you change it.
I'm supposed to see it tomorrow, so hopefully, if I see it tomorrow, I'm not changing it. So,
Okay. And then so to kind of let you know, I plan on having my pick, if I can see it this weekend or whatnot, is to be imaginary. I think it's John Krasinski, right?
yeah.
And
No. No, 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 no,
so
no, 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 no.
just
This
a
is the
just
teddy
a
bear.
that's the bear film.
Yeah, it's the horror film with the teddy
Oh,
bear.
okay. What's the other one? What's the Krasinski film? It's
I
called If.
imagine, imaginary friend.
Okay. Okay.
Sure,
Well, yeah. So
for sure.
imaginary. It's a horror then. Okay. So I
You
mean,
did not know this when you picked
yeah,
it.
I thought it was the Krasinski film the whole time. I was like thinking about watching it.
I mean, I'm seeing it. I'm not seeing it this weekend, but I'm seeing it next weekend. I'm
That's
taking
fine. Yeah.
I'm taking Dawson to see Kung Fu Panda 4 this weekend, which is interesting because I haven't seen but the first one, so I don't. If they all connect,
Me,
I'm gonna be lost. So,
me neither. I have only seen the first one. Well, what do we want people to do, Brandon?
man, I know you didn't like this episode, but if somehow you did, click that like button, share it, and subscribe and comment, of course, to the Markout Movie Podcast.
Yeah, we
I saw
appreciate
earlier
that.
though. I want to give a shout out to somebody because they liked our podcast. Aaron's wife, Miss Whitlow, Miss Jackie Whitlow, Mrs. Jackie Whitlow, Mrs.
Well,
Aaron
thank you.
liked
I
our
appreciate
podcast. She's
liking the
watching it,
podcast.
but
It
I don't know if
is.
she's watching it, but she's
Oh,
she's
why is my?
showing support.
Yeah, I just realized my thing is open down in the basement. All right. Well, we thank you for tuning in, and you have a good
The way
rest of
they
your
ended.
week. We'll talk to you later.
All right.